New year, new year, new year, new year. First reaction video of the new year. What is fucking good, YouTube? Excuse my language. Excuse my language, man. But what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Ja. Ja stay 1K. Ja stay doing some what? Ja stay doing something, man. But look, check this out, man. We starting the year off right. We hitting the ground running. It's a lot I want to get off my chest right now, man, but I'm not going to talk to y'all too much. I want to say, man, I hope y'all having a great year so far. I know we only 2 days in for the new year, 2026. Let's make 2026 better than 2025. Let's lock in and let's focus in. Also, man, we have a lot of things that we got to get done, like for the channel, not just for the YouTube, but for Twitch and Kick. Make sure y'all go follow me on them platforms. But check this out, man. I'm not gonna talk y'all ear off. You know what I'm saying? That's not what this video is for. You know what I'm saying? This video is for reaction purposes only, man. So we got the NBA needs to fix this problem. I don't know what this video is about. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna see what the problem is. Shout out to Jimmy High Roller, man. Shout out to Flight also, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to get on my Flight react shit, you know, but as always though, let's get into it, man. We ain't gonna waste no more time. I don't like to talk y'all ear off, man. How the Spurs been doing the Thunder, bro? I'm not even gonna lie, bro. The Spurs have been putting the belt to fucking ass against the Thunder, bro. Belt the ass, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't expect it. I really thought the Thunder, I'm not gonna say they were invincible, but I thought those motherfuckers was like, oh yeah. But everybody, you know, they NBA players, they go up against NBA players, you know what I'm saying? Everybody having off nights, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you definitely gonna lose in the NBA. You're not gonna win every game, but that's understandable, bro. They are professionals. So while the NBA has been so fun, so much fun all around. James Harden subplot. Jokic took his number in Denver. Harden's, oh, that's Carmelo Anthony's legacy. Somebody said AD is better than Giannis all time. Argue with a wall. Okay, I cannot agree with that. But what I will say is, healthy Anthony Davis, bro, could have went down as the greatest power forward of all time. Argue with a pencil. It said, why is Paul George more evil than Homelander? Who? What the hell? What the SG and the ref? Y'all got that's a good one.
I'm like, beef. Yeah. Like, we're out there competing, but beef.
Kevin Love.
Oh yeah, facts. Wemby does not like Chet.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Al Jefferson, Drew Gooden, Josh Smith, Tim Thomas, Antoine Walker, Lamar Odom, Jason Williams, Horace Grant,
Hey, he was naming everybody better than Draymond. That's so true.
The NBA season is in full swing, and it's about that time. We've got a new batch of hot takes to look at today. The good ones, the bad ones,
man. New
and
year,
the downright
baby.
atrocious.
New year, baby. Shout out to Jimmy, man. Shout out to Jimmy, bro. Let's get it.
Today's
New
video
year.
is sponsored by Factors Your Meal of Nutrients. So spit the guest to get.
Let's go.
With 2025 coming to an end, it's probably a good time to look back on a great year of basketball. Fond memories and bright futures. But instead, we're gonna do the exact opposite and dive into some of the hottest NBA takes the internet has to offer. Beginning with
the hottest
this
NBA
one,
takes. Okay, it says, forget the 2017 Warriors. The Cavs, team that lost to them, are sweeping OKC, and it's not even close. Oh my God.
The 2017
Fuck
Cavaliers
no.
beat this year's Thunder. And this take just falls under the umbrella of X team from the past beats this year's Thunder.
It's like, bro, people just be wanting attention in these comments, bro. That's some bullshit. I'm not gonna lie.
X player from the past is better than current SGA. The worst discourse in all of basketball at the moment. First, it was the Thunder aren't as good as the 2017 Warriors. Then it was they aren't better than the 2015 Warriors. And now they aren't better than the 2017 Cavaliers. I saw someone say the Thunder wouldn't even beat the 2013 Pacers.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all gotta stop listening to these trolling ass accounts, bro. Not even gonna lie. Look, Paul George is one of my favorite players of fucking all time, especially Pacers Paul George. Y'all don't know how nice Paul George really was, bro. I'm telling y'all do not know how nice he was. That's why I hate he gets shitted on so much. But that Pacers team against that OKC team, that should be a sweep for OKC, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Can we just give it a rest? I knew
just
one
being
day
honest
fans
though,
of
man. But you know,
basketball would eventually become the unks that downplay the pedigree of future players and teams.
Yeah, okay. Look, bro. Hey, you have no idea how good prime Paul George was, and bro, they don't know. But it's always about what you see around your time, bro. That's really all it is, man. That's what it is, bro.
Think it would happen.
I've been watching the 2010s mostly. Yeah, I've been watching 2010s mostly, bro. A little bit of the 2020s is 2026 right now. So we're just going to say 2025 because the year just started. So 2020 to 2025, that's 5 years. I've been into the NBA those 5 years, but majority of my time watching the NBA was in like the 2010s and shit.
We are now the 90s old heads we used to despise. How quickly we went from the Thunder are too inexperienced to the regular season doesn't matter if you can't get it done in the playoffs.
Facts.
To, well, they won, but they barely squeaked it out over a mid-Pacers team.
Oh man, yeah. Not gonna lie, bro. I feel like the Pacers shouldn't have been in the finals, but that goes to show y'all, man. These guys, they in the NBA, bro. They play NBA players, man. Anybody can be beat any night.
What
but
exactly do the Thunder have to do to be taken seriously? Not only are they a great team, they do all the things we want great teams to do. They're homegrown, they play awesome defense, they're tough and physical, team-oriented ball, they don't rely on threes, they're deep, well-coached, composed. What other tests do they need to pass?
I think the thing is with OKC, bro, while nobody really, I wouldn't say they wouldn't respect them, they definitely a threat, especially in the Western Conference Finals, bro. If you look at that team, they're a threat, but I just feel like it starts with SGA, though. He is a great player, bro. All around great player. He can play defense. He can obviously give you buckets. He's top 5, top 3 in the league, bro. But my thing is with SGA, man, it's not just the foul baiting per se, because he don't foul bait all the time. He does not have to foul bait. But everybody is so hell bent on just watching how he plays the game, watching how he goes about the game. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Some of the players on fucking on OKC, other players get away with a lot of shit, bro. I see dudes like Lou Dort. I don't know about this year though, because I haven't really been watching them, but like I know last year, bro, it was a little rough last year, bro. From guys like Lou Dort, they got away with shit. On the defensive end, Alex Caruso. But those are like defensive players, bro. They play aggressive, you know what I'm saying? And for me, bro, I like aggressive defense, you feel me? But at the same time, I don't like, it's a difference between fouling and aggressive defense, bro. If you fouling, obviously that's not the right fucking thing to do. But like I said, I like aggressive defense though, man. But people pay attention so much to SGA or OKC. That's like the main focal point, bro. Okay, Shea is the main focal point, bro. But honestly, though, I like the OKC team. It's just like, man, I just don't want to see their ass no more, bro. Somebody dethrone these motherfuckers.
Thunder, that Cavs team was really good, and they did win one game in the finals against the greatest team of all time. But I do know that the Thunder have one of, if not the best defense in NBA history. They're 10 players deep. They have the reigning MVP, and they won an NBA championship.
It's just so crazy, bro. Like it's crazy, man.
Cavaliers would give the best team in the league today belt to ass is also saying the 2017 Cavaliers are far better than any team in the NBA today. And I just don't buy that.
It's like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That 2017 Cavs would definitely make it a good series, bro. Because for one, nobody on that OKC team is holding Bron. Nobody on that OKC team is holding Kyrie. So those guys are just like automatic buckets, automatic 30 plus if they want. And you got K-Love. K-Love is he's not the K-Love that was on the Timberwolves, but he was still the K-Love that could get you points and rebounds. And he was a younger K-Love, you know what I'm saying? They had guys like Richard Jefferson. I believe they had Iman Shumpert, if I'm not mistaken. Bro, if you think about it, they kind of did have pieces, though. But to say that they would sweep OKC,
I remember at the time
that's a
how
stretch.
people felt
Not
about
gonna
that
lie.
Cavs team,
That's a
how they
stretch.
had many flaws, had an easy run to the finals, and were carried by LeBron. And as much as I wish it were true, prime LeBron does not conquer all. We have plenty of evidence for this. But this is just the way things go.
Bron did not do that shit by himself.
Era, usually the one they grew up with. Then in an attempt to preserve those memories, either completely rewrite or exaggerate what happened and tear down the new guys in the process. Do you know?
That is true though, man. I'm not gonna lie. We take the era that we was like put in per se, or the era that we watched the most, bro, and we praise the guys that we see in that era that are MVP caliber players or great role players or a great six man. We praise those guys, bro, because that's the era that we were put in, bro. That's the era that we watched. Like I said, 2010s for me. Yes, I'm watching 2020s, but the 2010s for me was like you didn't if you were averaging 28 points in the 2010s, bro, you were leading the league in scoring. Now it's just like motherfuckers average 34, 33 points per game, dog, and average like what, 28 or 29 points, and I think he was like 7 or 8 in points per game this season. I'm like, what the? That's crazy, bro. Times have changed, bro. Players are starting to get more and more better. The NBA, in terms of talent, is starting to rise. But then again, I see like it's like a lot of like fucking defensive shit. A lot of these motherfuckers don't play defense, bro.
James Harden
like this era, disrespectfully, James Harden has the best prime of all time, and second is not even close. Prime Harden better than D Wade. Prime Harden was not better than D Wade. I will say Prime Harden was more obviously influential. Prime Harden was definitely better than D Wade on the offensive end, though. Like that's a no-brainer. But that's not saying D Wade ain't get his on the offensive end, though. But Dwayne Wade is another player, though, bro. Harden is younger than D Wade. That's who the younger motherfuckers was looking at. That's who they was watching. Because by the time Harden was doing what he was doing, either D Wade was out of the league or he was old as hell and he couldn't do shit. So younger guys, they don't get to see that, man, unless they go on YouTube and watch a fucking highlight video. But highlight videos, man, that's just highlights. You want to watch a full game. You want to see their flaws. You want to see what they good at, how they get to their spots. Art can like you want to watch the whole game so you can dissect their game, but especially your favorite player. That's why I like watching Jokic, bro.
He was, and I agree. But
he was definitely unstoppable, bro.
Hated his game when it was happening, called him an unethical, foul-baiting playoff choker. The only difference between being hated and being loved is time. At the time, you know what people said when the 73-win Warriors lost the championship in 2016? That they were frauds. It ain't worth a thing if it don't got that ring. As if because they lost in the finals, everything they did that season was in vain. Fast forward 10 years, and people are now using the 2016 Warriors as the gold standard of excellence.
I mean, you could say that a lot of people did. A lot of people did definitely do that. But I've never shitted on that Golden State team. I've never shitted on that team, bro. When they got KD, I was like, well, it might be a wrap. It might be GG's. Now, yes, I was surprised that the Cavs beat them, and I was happy because I'm a Kyrie fan. I love Kyrie. But that Warriors team was deadly as hell, man. I'm not gonna lie. And that Cavs team too, though.
Have it even worse. Not only did they win a championship, they've come into this season with one of the most dominant stretches in NBA history, and they are still being discredited in the most creative, disingenuous ways imaginable. And in 10 years, I cannot wait to hear people say how incredible and historic and great the 2025 Thunder were, despite saying none of those things right now. We must refrain from becoming the thing we despised and give credit where credit is due.
It's not hard to give credit, man.
Just as much as the next guy, but it is okay to admit that they are a great team
that's
who
the
could
same
probably
thing.
go toe-to-toe with just about any team in NBA
I mean,
history.
they could, but it's like, bro, it's like he said though, man. We like if you're from the 2010s, bro, you don't really like. You're not gonna discredit this Thunder's team, bro. I give credit where credit is due, man. This Thunder team is nasty. I've said it in recent videos, bro. They nasty as hell, bro. But I'm not a fucking fan of the team, obviously, bro. But like I said, I give credit where credit is due. But my main issue with OKC, man, they got the pieces, they got the point guard, they got the MVP, they got everything, bro. It's just SGA doesn't have to do the shit that he does. That's just me, bro. That's just me. I see him with the again, he doesn't have to foul bait, bro. He's a fucking great player, dog. He's good as shit. But it's just like some shit that he does is uncalled for. And again, when I say Lou Dort and Alex Caruso, they got away with a lot of shit too. But
now
I don't know,
next
man.
Take says James Harden is more
Influential than Steph Curry. Now that is a lie.
And as blasphemous as
That
this may
is a
sound,
fucking
there is some truth
lie.
here. Steph
Nah. I gotta hear this truth, bro.
may have single-handedly changed the course of NBA history more than any other player. On a macro scale, Curry caused a shift in the entire timeline of basketball. But on a micro scale, when you look around the league and the archetype of players we see today, you're more likely to see influences of James Harden, for better or for worse. The step backs, the physical.
Yeah, you do. You're right, but I think it's per se more of like bro, step backs. I mean, motherfuckers been doing step backs for a long time. They've been shooting threes for a long time too. But with Steph Curry, bro, he made 3-point shooting like Steph Curry is way more influential than James Harden, bro. I see what he's trying to say. I get what he's trying to say.
Scoring, the ball-dominant combo guards, the ways in which players get their points, the foul baiting.
I mean, I definitely see what he's getting at. I see what he's getting at.
Everyone would emulate what Steph does, but it's not a perfect world.
But you can't emulate. You can't emulate what Steph does, bro. I have not seen anybody do what Steph does, and I'm not talking about handling the ball. I'm just saying how he's able to get open without the ball. His movement with the ball is like crazy, bro.
Harden's game, on the other hand, is replicable for a lot of players.
Yeah,
and it's effective enough
because
to convert those players into
Harden needs the ball, though.
And this is probably where the natural course of the game was going to inevitably lead. But it was Harden who really perfected this ISO-heavy, change of pace, triple threat style of play that we
see. He's talking about more influential in terms of an NBA standpoint, like NBA guys. I mean influential like worldwide, like getting kids to do the shit that you do. Again, I know James Harden, the step back. The step back been around a long time, just like the threes, but bro, Steph is way more influential than James Harden, bro. Harden is definitely influential.
It's such a popular style that it has become essentially the default for most elite guards. Even from a historical perspective, Harden is one of a handful of players that changed the actual rules of the game and continues to have his tactics used by the league's best players.
He definitely did, yeah, he did.
But Steph Curry is a singularity. He didn't just change the way players play the game, he changed the game itself. Not just with his three-point shooting, but with his emphasis on
the game, man.
Movement, his
like,
gravity from
I don't understand, like,
and his demonstration as a smaller guard being the best player on a championship-winning team.
Championship team, man.
Long after he retires.
Facts.
James Harden did change the game, but Steph Curry may be the biggest game changer in basketball history.
It's like, bro, I'm not gonna say I don't like Steph. I respect the hell out of Steph. Not a fan of Steph, but I respect the hell out of him, bro. He changed the game to me like no other person has, bro. No other person has, because when you see Curry with the ball in his hand, bro, you automatically think three-point shot. You automatically think that shit, bro. Even when he shoots the ball, oh, that's going in. That's cash. Even when he missed, bro. When Steph Curry has an off night, it just seems weird as fuck.
Now this next take comes from Nick Wright.
Again, he's human too, so obviously he's going to have, you know.
So I have a theory. If Jordan never existed and the greatest play, the universally accepted greatest player of all time was Kareem, because that's who it would have been. A guy like Tim Duncan would be in the GOAT debate. What people turned the GOAT debate into was not who's the greatest player ever, it's who reminds me of Michael Jordan the most, which is why Kobe is probably a touch historically overrated, because he is the most similar to Michael Jordan.
Right.
But because Mike was considered the GOAT, people elevated Kobe past a guy like Tim Duncan, who was just objectively better than him. Instead of the question,
you said Tim Duncan, bro. I'm so tired. You know what? Let me
the
hear
greatest
this.
basketball player of all time. People ask that question, but what they were really asking is who's the most similar to Michael Jordan, and those are not the same thing.
Yeah.
Nick is 100% right here. Michael Jordan was such an overwhelmingly dominant and popular player that once it was established that he was the GOAT, the goalpost shifted to who is the closest thing to Jordan competition. Even things like what the...
Bro, I don't care what nobody say. Kobe Bean Bryant is top 10 in NBA history, bro. Why? How is he not?
Greatest player should look
How the fuck is he not? I get it. He emulated his game after Michael Jordan. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Bro, that should tell you alone. He's the closest thing to Jordan that anybody has ever seen. If we take all that shit to the side that he's the closest Jordan bullshit, this man got 5 rings. He scored 81 points in the game. He's top 10, dog. He's like, what, number 4 for points all time. Bro, the man is top 10, bro. I don't give a fuck when no one says Nick Wright, Jimmy High Roller. Stop agreeing with Nick Wright. He's a fucking bot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a Braun Dick Rider.
MJ was many things, but first and foremost, he was a scorer. And so scoring became the overwhelmingly largest indicator of greatness. How a player moves. Jordan was graceful and explosive, and so the next guy must also move like a cat and jump out of the gym. It wasn't who's the next great player. It was literally who's the next Michael Jordan. And of course, that player was Kobe Bryant. Many fans will even use the logic of if MJ's the GOAT
Fucking
and Kobe's the
dog.
closest thing to MJ, then he
Dog.
must be the second greatest.
Can't say
player
he
of
ain't
all
top
time.
10.
And
You can't
although
say
I
he
have
top 5, bro. That man
Kobe
top
higher
5. I
all-time
don't care what
than a
nobody
lot of
says.
fans, I do think this approach has plagued and hurt these conversations for decades now. Despite Tim Duncan's incredible impact,
I love
throughout
Tim
his
Duncan,
career,
though,
the
man.
fact
That
he looked,
motherfucker was-
acted, and played nothing like MJ certainly did not help his GOAT case. I think we're seeing this same issue with Nikola Jokic right now.
Nah,
Because
Jokic
his
is the
game
GOAT,
isn't super
man. Like-
flashy, he doesn't play above the rim, and he doesn't look like an ultra elite world-breaking
Jokic the GOAT,
basketball
bro.
player.
Like-
Some fans just dismiss the fact that he is one of the greatest players the game has ever seen. When
Jokic is
Jordan
nasty,
retired,
bro.
He wasn't just the GOAT, he was the blueprint. And if you weren't built from the same design, you were inherently penalized for it. However, as time goes along and the average basketball fan becomes removed from the days of MJ's cultural gravity, I do think we are moving away from this way of thinking. Impact and greatness comes in many different shapes and forms. And although Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time, you don't have to resemble him or his game to be in that conversation.
I think people gonna say Jordan's the GOAT. Like, they're not going to like say anybody else is the GOAT other than Michael Jordan, bro.
This is a
No
great take.
older
Now, our last take
guy.
comes from a disgruntled NBA viewer who says late game fouling has ruined the end of games. And
If I was Adam Silver, I would try to remove fouling while up 3. Late game fouling is ruining the game.
could not agree more. Watching the end of tight games these days is a special kind of torture.
It
They say
is, I'm
time
not gonna
travel
lie.
isn't possible, but NBA teams manage to turn 30 seconds into 20 freaking minutes.
Dog, that is so true. And leads are being blown like crazy, bro. This shit started last year in the playoffs. No, actually, it started last year in the regular season, bro. I was just seeing leads being blown left and right. I'm talking about teams can be up 25 going into the fourth quarter, bro. There is no way you should blow a 25-point lead in the fourth quarter, bro. There is no way. I think that was last year or this year. I cannot remember. The Boston Celtics blew a fucking lead, bro. They was up. It was like 30-something, 40-something, 50-something seconds left. It was either the Celtics or the Knicks, bro. And I kid you not, they blew that lead just like this and ended up losing the game, bro. Something has to be like, oh, look at Steve Kerr. He looks so
And
fucking
the worst
weird.
part is the only
But something has to be up though, bro.
time this strategy is used is during good close games, absolutely butchering all the excitement of the moment. In the OKC Spurs matchup a couple weeks ago, the last 10 seconds of game time lasted nearly 12 minutes. This was a great game for 46 minutes with what could have been an exciting ending, pissed away with timeouts, commercial breaks, and free throws.
Oh yeah, bro. It's so insane,
And right
bro.
when you think the bid is up and teams are gonna stop intentionally fouling each other and let the clock run out, they inexplicably foul again, and now you're stuck watching another Wingstop ad.
He said another way. Yo,
Look
that's so
at
true,
the
man.
Play-by-play of the final 25 seconds of this game.
Wow.
What have they done to the game?
This is, you got sub ins, sub outs, personal foul by fucking Chet. You had a free throw. Well, Wemby had made one free throw out of 2. You had a sub out for Champagne, a sub out for Cornet, sub in De'Aaron. Bro, this is crazy, bro. This is
20
fucking insane.
fouls, 24 subs, and not a single lead change to show for it. Intentionally fouling late in games has
Bro.
always been a thing, but it wasn't until fairly recently when teams started regularly fouling while up 3.
Yeah, that's always been a thing, but like the
attempting to
bunch
preserve
of
their
fouling
lead.
is crazy
now,
though.
Instead of one team fouling and the other team trying to avoid it by playing sound, disciplined defense, both teams are out there just chasing each other around getting fouls.
Chasing-
Now, this shouldn't be a hot
Playing
take,
tag.
At least I don't think it should. But there are still a lot of fans who believe this is a legitimate strategy that shouldn't take a backseat to our viewing experience. That the priority
Fouling
of
is
these
part
teams
of the
is to
game.
win, not
It is not, bro. It's part of the game. Imagine they got rid of running the ball and kneeling to end games because fans didn't want to see it. Nobody that respects the sport would cater to the entertainment side of sports instead of the competition side of sports. Nobody cares. They're trying to win it. There's also that's what, bro. It's like us as like people that are not in the NBA, bro. We don't understand that shit, especially people that don't play basketball, bro. From a basketball standpoint, I understand it. From an NBA standpoint, a professional standpoint, I understand it, bro. They trying to win games. If you got a foul. Like, I'm not mad at the fouling and shit. It's part of the game, you know what I'm saying? And I get what they saying, fouling fucking at the end of the game. You got 20 seconds left and you done had 20 different sub-ins, sub-outs. You done had 10 fouls. That's part of the game. It's basketball, bro. You're there to win games. What did the coach say, bro? If you got a foul, there's nothing wrong with a smart foul,
Consider
bro.
how
There's nothing wrong.
entertaining it is
And
for
if you have to do, if you have to give smart fouls with an S,
watching. And
do what you gotta do
is
to
a
win,
legitimate
bro.
strategy, and I do agree to an
as
extent.
long as you don't kill
but that
nobody,
extent
man,
came and
or
went a long time
seriously
ago.
hurt
Winning
motherfuckers.
has always been a priority in the NBA, and that has never stopped the end of games from being
Get it
entertaining
right.
before. A lot of people don't think this is a problem that needs to be fixed. But if we were trying to fix this issue, some plausible solutions may be once the clock reaches a certain point, say 1 minute left, the team getting fouled gets 1 free throw and possession. Another suggestion some fans have made is 3 free throws on any intentional fouls committed beyond the three-point line within the final minute of game time.
I don't
But
think they're gonna
virtually
do that.
Every possible solution offered up inherently penalizes the team with the lead. So
They're not gonna do
it
that.
doesn't look like this strategy will be going anywhere anytime soon.
Nah,
you don't
they're
see this
not gonna do
tactic
that,
play
bro.
out in every close game, but when you do, get comfortable, buddy, because
He
you're
said
about
get
to witness a 30-minute ad break with some occasional free throws.
Yeah,
This is a great take.
he
But
was
let me know what
definitely
you
right,
think.
but
Share
that's not gonna happen,
your
bro.
hot takes in the comments below. And as always, the hotter, the better.
That's not gonna happen, bro. Like, because you got to think about it, man. If that was to happen, some teams are gonna be pissed off. Like, players gonna be pissed off. They're not gonna like their rule change, bro. It's basketball, man. People foul all the time. People intentionally foul all the time, bro. Especially if you're trying to win the game late in game. That's where most intentional fouls come. Like, especially late close games. That's where they come, bro. You don't see really that many. If you see an intentional foul early in the game, it's not gonna be that many. You probably have like 2, maybe 3. You're not gonna have that many. But like I said, late games, close games, you're definitely gonna see like intentional fouls, bro. But that is it for the video. Jimmy High Roller, he has some very good videos, man. He's definitely one of the guys that I have on my radar that when they upload a video. Shout out to Flight again, man. I gotta give homage to Flight, pay my respects to him. But yeah, though, man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section, bro, about the rule change. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section about like the NBA period now, bro, because we in the year 2026. It's a new year, 2nd day of January. I think the NBA is changing, man. It's definitely changing. I feel like it's changing in a way that people don't like, especially older guys. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is, man. The older you get, like, it's crazy. But anyway, though, man, that's it for the video. The NBA needs to fix this problem. Shout out to Jimmy High Roller again. As always, it's your boy Ja. Ja, stay doing what? Ja, stay watching hoops, man. We out.